Okay, we're here at Laneway with Baynk, who's making his triumphant return after you played here, what, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And it was you're telling me that was your first ever show.
First show
ever. So, what do you remember about that time?
I was super uncertain as to how it would actually work out. I'd played in bands before. I'd never DJ'd ever, so I learned how to DJ for Laneway just because I had to, obviously. I guess it was probably the best show I've ever played and ever had, just because there was no expectations. Like, no one knew about me or like expected a crazy performance. So like, I just went out and had fun, and I think it's the funnest show I've ever played.
Yeah. Now, I was going to ask you how you got in that position, but I kind of know because you had like one track that was kind of going wild on the various social medias at the time, which kind of got you there.
Yeah.
So, for someone else, say, who's trying to do the same thing, do you recommend that as a good way to get your kind of foot in the musical door, as it were?
Yeah, just
put stuff out there?
Yeah, just put like weird shit on social media.
Yeah.
Anything to like, not anything, but like something that draws like attention, I suppose. I think kind of the way I did it a little bit was I would make my own music videos for all my songs, and like no matter how basic or DIY they were just always like super stupid, real low budget, but they were just like kind of relatable and funny to watch. And I do it for every song, so there was always a visual piece with every song.
Right.
So like the more blogs you talk to, the more obviously they want to have visual content as well, and I think they really helped me. Yeah. In addition to having.
So when you look back at those now, 2 years later, how do you feel about them?
They just make me laugh. Yeah. Like they're really not professional at all, but like it's cool to like track my progression. Like you watch the first one, and it's horrible,
right? And
then like the production quality is like slowly gets better and better, which is cool. Yeah.
Very good. And I imagine, leading up to your first appearance at Laneway, you must have been kind of pumping with adrenaline and kind of, ready to go. What did you feel like after it? Did you like hang out in the rest of the festival, or what did you get up to?
Yeah, I was just on cloud nine.
Yeah.
I just went, hung out at the festival. I love the festival and love festivals in general. So like, I still just want to go and like party with my friends.
Right.
Yeah.
So today you're back again. What is your plan of action other than being on stage? Are you going to kind of check things out?
Yes, I really want to see these guys, the internet.
Right, the internet's right over here.
I'm a little bit starstruck here. Yeah. I love the internet. Right. I want to see Anderson .Paak and Bonobo's on at the same time as me, unfortunately. Who else do I want to see? Bad Bad Not Good.
Right.
Billie Eilish, I'll go watch again probably.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's on now actually. She's on like 20 minutes.
She might be, yeah. I think I'm going to miss it because I got another interview to do before then.
Yeah, those are my favorites.
Oh, cool. All right. Now, music-wise, how would you say you've progressed since that time 2 years ago? Are you basically the same artist that you were? Have you picked up a few tricks along the way?
I think I'm a pretty different artist. I think I started off only making beats,
right,
and just making like beaty dance tracks, and then I've sort of morphed like more into not focusing as much on production and being like very different and crazy, but like focusing on songwriting and the stories, and like just trying to convey a feeling through words more than through the music.
Right.
So yeah, combining those like two together, I think is a way more powerful way to share music. As much as I love instrumental tracks, I want like the general public to be able to understand what the song's about and how I'm feeling.
Right. Would you consider yourself a fairly prolific writer, or does it take you a while? Because I noticed there doesn't seem to be
I've written most of the songs that have lyrics on them, but I'm definitely not like a good writer by any means. I'm definitely a better producer. Right. Not that I'm even a good producer, but no, my writing's pretty trash at the moment. I like need to practice. I don't really know how you practice. Just keep writing, I suppose.
I think that's the key, possibly. And I mean, there are a lot of other songwriters around. Do you look to any other songwriters to like take inspiration, or?
I do now, but it's only just started. I had never been interested in songwriting before then. I just listened to the production and like that was what really started my passion in music. So yeah, now I do a little bit. Like I love all of Sasha Sloan's stuff, like the real poppy ones, even like Julia Michaels and all those girls up there. Most of the female like American songwriters I'm really into. But yeah, still don't know a huge amount.
And you toured the States a little bit, right?
Yeah, I've done 2 tours now. I did one with Matoma, that was like 30 shows, one with Hayden James, that was like 10 or so.
And as an experience, how would you
it was incredible, yeah. The first one was like crazy because it was like my 3rd show after Laneway, so it was only my 3rd show, and then I had to play like 30 in a row.
Right.
And I still like wasn't that good at like performing live, and so that was crazy. And the fact that I was playing first out of 4 acts,
right,
at like club shows meant that I was quite often playing to like 5 people. So it was really like grounding.
Yeah.
To just be like, no one knows who you are over here. But this last one was much better.
It must have felt like kind of being thrown into the deep end.
Yeah, that was exactly what I needed. So
yeah. So music-wise, what have you got planned for this year?
I think I'm gonna do another EP or an album, whatever it sort of turns into. I'm going to London for another writing trip now, and I've got another American tour. And I'm moving to LA.
Oh, well, that's a major
which
deal.
is scary.
Why are you going there?
I've always wanted to. I know I'm gonna live in New Zealand when I settle down. So I just want to do something different. I want to go live somewhere, that has just like a different way of life. And LA seems to be the music hub of the world.
Right.
And
there's a few songwriters there.
A few songwriters, and a substantial portion of. I think my fans are there, just like that whole East Coast side seems to like the sort of music that I make, more so than like European countries So a combination of.
So you think things. By this time next year you'll be over there, settled in?
I'll be there in like maybe 4 weeks.
Nice one. So you got someplace all picked out?
I have a couple of options, but we're getting there.
It sounds like fun. Alrighty. Well, enjoy yourself on stage today. Thanks for coming by and talking.
Thank you for having me, Marty.
Good luck with the rest of the year.
Cheers, mate.
Have fun in LA.
I will. Woo!